what's the downside to eating a clock?
The ticks.
It's time consuming.
Hey.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to episode 24 of That's Class, a podcast about things we find class. This week, hosted by two of your favourite class holes. We've ditched the other one. He's
Yes.
gone.
Again.
As always, I am Duncan Malcolm, and I am joined by a man who has been double jabbed, thankfully not by Anthony Joshua, but by the government. He now has 6G coming out of his penis. It's Eddie Ashcroft.
It's like magic. Just won't stop coming
It's like magic.
out. I feel
How's it going?
feel pretty invincible now after a solid 24 hours of feeling absolutely trash. I now
just
feel
been
a lot
going around
better.
asking people to spit on you? Or is
Yeah,
that just Saturday?
It's legal now. They can do it. It's legal to be without a face mask in a public place, or is it? I don't know. Anyway,
It's weird. They said that basically. So I read this today. In a hospitality setting, you don't have to wear a mask, obviously, when you're sitting drinking,
Yeah.
eating, or dancing. I was like, but you have to wear one to go to the bathroom. I was like,
Oh,
what if
yeah.
you dance on the way to the bathroom?
I mean, to be honest, that's just that's not very fair on people that like to pee in each other's mouths in public restrooms. You know, they're the overlooked majority, I would say, in this situation. Got a few
people
friends
that
who
like-
partake in that. Don't we? I'm sure we've got some common friends that like to partake in that.
Oh yeah. I'm sure there's two of them.
We have a friend called Callum, don't we? Do we?
Oh
Can't
yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. He must have a different name, but yeah.
I'm
Strikes me as
sure.
the kind of guy who's into pee and stuff. Anyway, yeah.
It's a joke there, but saying, well, it depends what you're into.
Oh, let's not go too far. Might a bit cruel taking the piss.
Ha. So yes,
I heard his favorite singer is Aretha Franklin.
Oh dear. Well, if you may have been able to tell listeners already, but the editor in chief is gone again this week. He's so busy. He's obviously been abducted. I think he's been abducted by Tom Cruise on his yacht. He's on his sponsored holiday.
Yeah, there was some sort of talk of a fake Tom Cruise on a yacht, but apparently never came to anything.
Yeah,
definite fake.
Probably was going to come watch Top Gun. Yeah. Either that or he's been abducted into a cult. We've not actually seen him for weeks.
No. Have we heard from him? Well, it's very easy
briefly.
to fake a text message.
This is true. They could let him have the cult could let him have his phone every sort of 5 minutes a day.
I mean, it has been so he fucked off 1 week, and then he came back for a week, and now he's fucked off again. So fingers crossed we can keep this run going and steadily extending it.
This is true.
That'd be good.
This is true. He's becoming a special guest on his own podcast.
Hey guys, come do this podcast with me. Oh, maybe it's the ultimate double bluff.
Maybe what he's done here is he's just given us a hobby.
Just burdened us with it.
He's burdened us with it.
We're gonna have
Son
the
of
guilt
a
of going. Damn it! Now
God
I'm
damn it.
invested. Now I'm invested, and I care. Shit! What a prick!
Oh dear me. Yes, we may be taking a little short summer holiday, but we'll get to that towards the end of this episode.
Ooh, spring break.
But spring break. Yeah, our sponsored holidays. As we said, we think kid's already on his, possibly somewhere in the middle of the Arizona desert. He was promised surfing, but he didn't realize Arizona's landlocked. So I hope it's not a cult.
I believe it's some form of creepy couch surfing.
Oh, fun. Just around the trailer park in Arizona.
He's
Oh, fun times.
he's upgraded from water surfing on ironing boards to sand surfing on
On couches.
like cafeteria trays or something. I don't know. It's in
Ooh.
America, so you get cafeteria trays.
Oh, nice to be aluminium ones. Yeah. So well done, listeners. If you are listening to this, you probably found us on your favorite podcast service. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and we'll pop up almost every Monday morning. But we're recording this on Tuesday, so it's going really well. You can tell we're probably needed a break.
Killing it this week. Killing it.
Absolutely killing it. And if you prefer to watch the podcast, put faces to voices, regret making that kind of decision, find us on YouTube roughly the following Wednesday, but who knows this week? I mean, it could be a Friday night delight.
If Rory pulls his finger out, he could
out.
have these uploaded tomorrow, and you could get like a double Wednesday special.
That's true. Double Wednesday special. And then
nice. But if it isn't a double Wednesday special, then you know Rory's let you down.
There we go. See, so yeah, send all emails to Send all emails and tweets to That's Class Pod, and yeah, just complain to Rory. Absolutely.
Do we go as far as issuing his personal email address?
Oh no,
maybe his
three strikes. Three strikes and he's out.
Okay, 3 strikes in his personal email address.
3 strikes personal email address. Yeah, that's the one. But speaking of content and the fact that we're lacking in content, but South Park, Eddie, one of our favorite shows.
Yes,
they've been extending. They've gone from wanting to cancel South Park to extending all the way through to 2027, which will take them to season 30.
Bonkers. And for some reason, I don't think they're going to be struggling for content.
No. The world.
If anything, there's too much content for South Park.
They need another show. They should do what Rick and Morty did and diversify into like the solar opposites as well. And 14 South Park movies.
Yeah,
as well, which is
straight to streaming movies. But it's all for what is it? All for Disney? It's not Disney, is
Paramount.
it? No, it's not
Paramount Plus. So my question to you, Eddie, is if you were to make, obviously 14 is a hell of a lot of movies. What ones would you think? What ones? No, if you were to pick something for South Park to really just go all in on to make a parody of that they've never, because they've never really done like a. Remember Family Guy and Blue Harvest? And they did Star Wars. And they did Star Wars 4, 5, 6.
Oh yeah.
As films, and they basically did it like shot for shot.
Yeah.
I suspect there might be something like that. But if you were to do something, what would you do?
What would you go and parody as Star Wars as South Park?
I think Star Trek or Star Wars is probably things I would probably do. I think they've teed up like the Marvel thing.
Yeah, with all the
but then they did the
superheroes,
whole trilogy of that already.
Done
that
kinda like
makes a small movie.
Yeah, and then I suppose they've had their whole episodes run of Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Tick that off. And then they've done like Lord of the Rings type stuff as well in episodes, but then that does tee it up for them potentially doing like movies of it. Because they had
that's true.
Remember there was the porno. And they accidentally rented a porno, and Butters has the porno, and he doesn't want to let it go.
Yes, it makes Naughty Nurses 4 look like what was it? Sexy Teachers 3,
like Backdoor Sluts 14 or something like that.
Backdoor Sluts 9 or something. Yeah, it's really bad. And they open the case, and it's like the Lord of the Rings is the one in their case. It's like it's not Randy and Sharon's case. Yeah,
they go into like some sort. Are they? Yeah, the boys have taken it to like someone's house, and then the discs have been swapped. And they're away to like watch a naughty movie at home, Sharon and Randy.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of obvious. I was trying to think if there was maybe anything like a bit out there, a bit different that would be kind of fun to do, but no, they'll probably just hit the normal.
Hit the normal.
Could they do Transformers?
Could do Transformers
because the characters aren't really. You kind of got to think of Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Ghostbusters would be a good one. I was trying to think maybe they'll do something. Remember Star Wars, or your favorite Star Wars Visions? You know how they did different animation styles. I was wondering if they might
Mhm.
revisit something like going back and doing. Remember the anime episode all those years ago?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I wonder if they might do something like that.
Was the anime one where they were as ninjas? Or was that
Yes,
or
they
was
all
that
bought
something
ninja
different?
weapons.
Yeah.
No, all bought
And then
ninja
Butters
weapons.
gets a ninja star right in his eye. Oh
Yeah.
man.
I'm not sure, but I'm intrigued. It's a lot. I mean, they're getting paid what,
Yeah.
900 million, something daft like that.
Are they? Is that
Yeah,
disclosed?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that deal is worth a very large amount of money. But let's just have a look.
Flip it, Nick. That's like
South
yeah.
Park
They
deal.
won't disclose that on.
Yep,
on
$900 million.
Wow. But I
We'll
mean,
pay South Park
the thing
Studios.
it's weird because I somehow in many ways you feel like they make less and less South Parks now than they maybe did, but then I'm not sure if they do actually make less and less. But well, when did it start? 20. When did they start? Not 20. That's a dumb thing to say. When did they start making South Park? Come on, Duncan, you're good at these things. Guess.
I think South Park was 1990. I would say 1999.
Ooh, was that not alright? Was that not the first South Park movie? Was 1999?
No, first South Park movie was. What was that, 99? In which case would it be something like 98?
I've seen
I'm
it now,
not
so
sure.
I can't guess. But if I was
Let's have a
close
look.
to guessing before I looked, and I was right.
97.
But I could be 97. Yeah.
97. I was close. I knew it was in the 90s, just couldn't remember when.
Because I think the South Park movie was 99.
It was very early doors, the South Park movie.
Yeah.
It was very early doors.
But if we go 97 through to 2027, that is 30 years. That is a season a year.
Yeah.
Okay, I take that back.
Yeah, it's less episodes because the first couple of seasons had 23 episodes.
Oh, did they?
And then they've I'm sure they've pinned that back.
Season 1, 13 episodes.
13.
So you just straight up lied. Season 2,
I thought it was
18.
23. It's 18, okay. So
season 2, 18. Then it was 17 for a couple seasons. 15,
Right,
14.
okay.
Well, it was 14 for a long time. And then since 2013, it's been 10 seasons, 10 episodes a season.
That makes so much more sense because I think you run. Well, remember we used to watch shows like Arrow, and you would run out of halfway through the season. It would just be filler shit.
Yeah, and they would have to. They would have to have a mid-season break because they'd gone too hard. Yeah.
Yes. So South Park having 18 episodes a season, that's a lot. Whereas 10 is perfect.
Especially when you think how they make South Park with especially back then when they were making it with like the cutout animation.
Yeah.
Like bonkers that they were able to churn out 13 episodes. There is a definite difference in quality now because I think the quality now, for me anyway, makes it difficult to go back and watch the first few seasons of South Park because I just really struggle with. Well, the voice actors have changed since the first few seasons too.
There's a few extras, yeah.
So, but no, I definitely enjoy it. Sort of season 10 season 10 was a great season. I think season 10 was close to being one of my favourite seasons. Season 10 was Make Love Not Warcraft and Miss Teacher Bangs a Boy. That was
Is that all one season? Jesus.
Yeah, and then you had cartoon wars in that season. Man Bear Pig we had in that season.
Good Times with Weapons was 2004 as well. Oh, that's 2006, 2004. They were prime years. And the Imagination Land was 2007, so that was a season after.
2005, you had the Free Willy one where they boost the killer whale up onto the moon, and Trapped in the Closet, the R. Kelly one. That's not gone well for him. He's He's a way to go to prison for child trafficking.
Yes, yes. There's definitely they definitely were onto something there.
Yeah, the 2 days before the day after tomorrow. That's where they rip on the day after tomorrow, isn't it? They got Randy. It's like broad. It's like broad daylight, roasting hot, and he's all in the snow gear, traipsing up South Park. I kind of take that back. Season 8 was pretty good. Season 7.
There's a lot of fun things that were like time sensitive ones though as well. Because there's one where Cartman wants a Nintendo Wii and he ends up being trapped he goes to the future and then there's all these otters that are taking over. I missed the Cartman Land. Medicinal Fried Chicken. How's Medicinal Fried Chicken only 29 highest rated episode? That's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Fish sticks.
Fish sticks. Lyrical genius. Then like
genius.
something else equals loves fish sticks. It
Doesn't
doesn't make sense.
Babe, are you a hobbit? No, I'm not. She's not a hobbit.
Yeah, I love
me.
fish sticks. I'm not a gay fish.
It's not Tom Cruise and the fudge. Speaking of Tom Cruise, Tom Cruise and the Fudge Packers, Factory.
Yeah. It's the song. Oh, back to gay fish. The song at the end when he's swimming in the water. I'm a motherfucking gay fish. And he's like kissing, making out with fishes under the water and that. Oh man.
Oh, South Park, you do make us laugh.
Oh, how did I get away with it? Oh, I remember.
I remember.
It's the prime example of just getting away with everything by not holding back on anything.
Oh yeah, it's double down.
Everything's fair game because you're not showing a favoritism towards anything, which means that you can go hard on everything because you're slagging off everything.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at the pandemic special where they went with both sides, and you look at the ones like the whole Hillary Trump thing in America, and they just did both sides of that, and they basically ripped the shit out of the arse out of both sides, and then they had they'll happily take the piss out of Disney, and then also like I said, the pandemic one was magic, where it just took all the sort of concepts. And then twinned it with the police having to look after the school. Well, the teachers don't want to be here, so we're getting paid to be here.
And then that's timed in with all the with like the whole police fund, they defund the police and everything.
Defund the
police.
police.
The police are all defunded.
The police, yeah.
And then it's like, oh, we need to fund the police. We need them. But then they just give them like tanks. And everything.
They literally shoot a kid with a tank. That's so bad.
What's the one where they're like, it's the whole school, there's the whole school shootings one, and then they're just like, they're out there and the kids are like fighting. Is that it? The kids are fighting, and then one of the cops shoots Token, and they're just like, got him.
That's the pandemic special. But the kids shooting one was earlier, because that's one where no one else is like, oh, she's like, Randy, do you want to hear what's happened to Stan's school today? And he says, yeah, I failed my math test. No, not that. Some kid got shot. He's like, what did you fail your math test by?
It's that's the Red Dead Redemption one, isn't it? With the cop, and he's hooked on Red Dead Redemption.
Yes.
He gets home and he's like, and then she's been playing his save game.
Wait, a double-barreled shotgun? Where did you get this from?
You're going all the way back before the snow mission? I've never played it, so it never made any sense to me. It's
so true though, what he's talking about. Oh dear. But what you can't do in Red Dead is
cut grass.
Mow the lawn.
You can't achieve that perfect mow.
That perfect mow. It's a game we've just discovered and we're very excited to play. Has launched on, it has launched on PC and Xbox Series X, Eddie.
Oh,
and it's called Lawn Mowing Simulator, listeners. Lawn Mowing Simulator. And features real-world licensed mower manufacturers such as Toro and Skag.
Does it have Hater?
I don't know. It doesn't say. It says and more.
Execute
ground checks. Set your blade height and measure your engine load.
Oh, don't stop. I'm gonna have to put the explicit tag on this podcast.
Career mode, free mode, or challenge mode.
Free mode, nice.
And it's set in the British countryside.
Free mode for when you don't want any of the hassle. You just want to go and cut grass.
You just want to go cut grass, yeah.
One of my favorite bits was they get into it and they have the game review quotes popped up, and there's the one, and it was, who cares about shooters, roguites or RPGs?
Roguites, yeah.
We've transcended. We're mowing lawns now.
Did you say Stiga or Tiga?
Hater.
Oh, Hater, sorry. I just saw a yellow tractor called Tiga there, or Stiga, and I was like, ooh.
It's Hay, as in hey.
Huh.
TER.
Oh, hey,
Hater. It's like, show your haters how you feel. Mow them.
Mold them over. It looks so idyllic.
It does. In the trailer, like, you could get a contract to cut grass for a castle. You can just do people's gardens, and then you get to build your HQ.
Yeah. Fuck cutting my own grass.
Yeah, leave that.
Leave that. I mean, I can't wait to hear the sounds of lawnmower coming through my soundbar. Very excited.
It's there. What I wonder is do you start with a push mower? Because all the trailer is ride-on mowers. But if it's authentic, you're going to start with like a bit of crappy garden and a push mower.
Every so often getting distracted by like the noisy neighbor next door who like comes over the fence to ask you something.
Yeah. Asking you what you're doing. Can you cut my... There's the guy just like, do you mind doing mine next?
Yeah. Quick time event, you're mashing B, just like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Darren.
Piss off, Rory. I mean, Darren.
Mow your own lawn.
Why don't you go mow your own lawn, Darren, before I mow your mom?
Got all this lawn to mow. I don't have to deal with your unkempt bush.
I wonder if there's more to it than just cutting the grass. I wonder if you do like trim hedges and stuff.
That'd be interesting.
The thing doesn't appear to have its own website.
More investigation is needed.
Yeah, potentially play this after.
Could have a That's Class Let's Play. Ooh. Could be coming soon.
Is the world ready for that? I don't know. So.
We'll have to do like PC captures, so it'll probably have to be like Let's Golf with Friends. Or something like that. Who knows?
Let's go. Golfing with Friends is pretty good.
Yeah, no, it looks pretty fun, and you can get multiple friends on it, which is also handy.
You can play like groups of 12.
Wow.
And there's different. You can have different rules on the go and stuff. Fuck me, I'm having a hard time spelling. Anyway. But something else that occurred this week. And Duncan, we have a hot take, a hot review, fresh off the reviewer's block for James Gunn's Suicide Squad. We do.
I managed to catch Suicide Squad. What a brilliant film! I would say it falls into class. It's definitely better than the last one. Did you watch the last one, Eddie? With Will Smith.
Yeah.
The only characters reprising their roles are Captain Boomerang and Harley Quinn and Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag in the actual squad, and then you've got Viola Davis as now what's her character's name? It's completely blanked out of my mind.
Is she not the same character in Green Arrow? Is that not the same character that carries over from Green Arrow?
The same. It's the same.
It's just like the same character type.
Same character, lady.
Argus, is that the name of the branch?
That was it, yeah.
Can't remember.
It'll come to me. That's really bad. This review's going off to a sterling start. But she's in it, and Amanda Waller. There we go.
Yeah.
She actually isn't in it as much as you feel like she was in it in the previous one. It's not so much a sequel as it is like a soft reboot sort of thing. And they kind of pretend that the first one didn't happen.
So Captain Boomerang, which one's he again? Is that John Cena?
No, that's he's a guy called Peacemaker. He's a new one. Captain Boomerang is a guy called Jai Courtney. He's the Aussie. Good God.
Doesn't really narrow it down for me.
Doesn't really narrow it down for you.
They all sound the same. All right, that guy. Yep. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, that's the one. There we go.
There it is.
So, yeah, Jai Courtney, John Cena. So Jai Courtney, Joel Kinnaman, and Viola Davis, and of course Margot Robbie are reprising their roles. And the only really only Harley Quinn and Rick Flag have like a couple of seconds together where they kind of go, it's like, welcome back or something. And then Jai Courtney basically references, he's like, oh, what are you doing back in prison, to Harley Quinn. And then she goes, that's it. That's all they reference as the first film. Apart from that, it's from there on out. That's like in the first couple of minutes, and then from there on out, it is just bonkers.
Yeah.
It very much has that. We'll talk about South Park. It very much has that sort of South Park, Rick and Morty style of, what we call it, extreme violence.
Okay.
And cartoony violence, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like, obviously it's comic book, but it kind of has that shock factor violence, I guess.
Kind of like you're kind of like, oh.
Yes and no. You're kind of like more like you're like, what the like you're kind of like, what the, all right, that was kind of funny. And sometimes you laugh. You've got to hand it to him. He's taken some of these like weird and wonderful characters like King Shark, who is just fantastic. Then you've got Polka Dot Man. He's brilliant.
Is his like deal like each dot is a different sort of like gadget or something?
No, he has a disease.
Okay.
It's not really, this is kind of a spoiler, but it's kind of not.
Okay.
He basically has his character has an interdimensional disease that he's caught at some point.
Right.
And it basically covers his skin in polka dots.
Right.
And basically it's basically like offensive eczema. And he basically like shoot these polka dots at people. It's kind of gross, but at the same time, it's quite funny.
Do the polka dots have like different powers or anything like that?
No, they're just super. They're just like pure energy or something.
All right.
They seem to melt people. Like he touches someone with one, and they like melt down to their ankles. So it's good. Obviously, Margot Robbie's brilliant. Joel Kinnaman sounds like he actually had a lot of fun in this one compared to the last one. And you've also got Peter Capaldi's in it as Thinker.
Yeah, he's
Idris
the baddie.
Elba
Is
plays
it
the leader.
Peter Capaldi the bad guy?
Yeah, he's in it as a baddie, but there's more than one baddie.
Right.
And then there's you've also got Idris Elba as Bloodsport, who is basically like Will Smith's character. This is my only good thing I would say is that Idris Elba is brilliant, but he kind of has the exact same storyline as Will Smith's character from
it's just
the
like
first
a
Suicide
casual
Squad.
way of let's just pretend the first one didn't happen and we're going to have a character with a different name but exactly the same.
Yeah, his skill set is almost identical to Deadshot's, and it's quite funny to watch. You're kind of sitting there thinking, if only you hadn't blown all your money on Will Smith in the first film.
Yeah, you could have had Idris Elba.
You could have had Idris Elba playing Bloodsport and kept Deadshot as a character for a future, a future thing. But overall, it's a brilliant film. It's wacky. It moves along at quite a good pace. You actually feel for the way he does characters is so good. Remember, he's done like Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff like that. So he makes you like them, and then
starts killing them.
Obviously, he makes you like them quite quickly, and then starts killing them very quickly. Like I said, it's bonkers from the get go. It kind of has that Rick and Morty sort of feel to it, and sort of South Parky humor at times as well. As well as you've kind of got this buddy cop thing between John Cena and Idris Elba at times, which is very funny at the start, because they both have the same skill set.
Okay.
So of course they immediately says Waller says I'm picking everyone for a certain set of skills, and then she basically lists off John Cena's skills because he meets him next.
Yeah.
And then she lists off his skills, and they're exactly the same as Idris Elba's. He's like, "Hey, what the fuck?" He's like, "You told me we weren't getting two of the same." So I would recommend it if you get a chance to go to the cinema. I would say that's class. I don't want to spoil it too much, but yeah, everyone gets their moment. Everyone gets their time to shine. Some more than others, and it's definitely something I would watch again.
Do we get enough King Shark to make it worth it?
Definitely get enough King Shark to make it worth it. But at the same time, you don't want too much of King Shark because it doesn't make him as special.
I don't know.
He's pretty funny. He is in it quite a lot, and yeah, the way James Gunn makes you care about the characters is interesting because that was one of the things the first one lacked. There was a bit of like, I'm gonna call it soul for want of a better word, but it didn't feel like anyone really cared. You didn't feel it come out of that movie caring that what happened, whereas you kind of care about everyone. In this one.
Yeah, I was almost going to say maybe it's because they're not like big name actors, so you've not got like your Will Smith in there, maybe. it's like yeah, no soul because they kind of fucked up and it was people kind of like taking a paycheck to get in on the superhero sort of movie
Yeah,
vibe.
Will
Whereas
Smith, for example, trying to
yeah,
stay relevant.
whereas this is more people who are like, we're in this because it looks fun.
Yeah, and that's where Joel Kinnaman, for example, is a great example of this because Margot Robbie clearly likes playing Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Joel Kinnaman didn't look like he kind of enjoyed being the kind of regular Captain America type without any of the superpowers in the first one. But in this one, he seems to be a lot more kind of exasperated at having to deal with. Basically, he's a bit more exasperated at the fact he's having to deal with all these fucking loonies. And that the actual people in the squad aren't as serious, which means that he's kind of like just this regular army guy, kind of like, oh my god, this is my worst Wednesday ever. Sort of feel. And it's kind of got these old-fashioned like spy tropes, and like you're set on like this island outside off the coast of South America, so they can get away with blowing shit up and all that sort of like rocket launchers and all that sort of shit. It all goes a bit Pete Tong.
I never realised Joel Kinnaman was Swedish.
He is Swedish. It's one of these ones that I didn't realise that either. And I go, oh my god. Doesn't sound it at all.
No, 100% American.
100% looks like Captain America. You're like, all right.
I
recommend it.
I like to imagine Sylvester Stallone just had to like speak how he normally speaks to do King Shark, and it's like,
I tell you, it's not far off.
it's not an issue. It's just I know. So literally, just speak how you normally would, and we'll sort it in post production. Does he
even know he was a shark?
just be yourself. Be yourself, man.
Yourself.
Yeah, it's another Rocky film. It's another Rocky film.
It's another Rocky film.
Adrian!
Oh, that'd have been amazing.
What was the name of the trainer in Rocky? Who was his trainer again?
Oh no, I can't remember.
Rocky 1. Mickey! I'm gonna come back to. Poor
reading.
Stallone, Sly Stallone. I can't call him Sly. That doesn't make sense. It sounds creepy.
Me like reading, and
don't give it away.
Well, that's in the trailer. It's okay.
Talking of trailers,
ooh.
Seeing as it's like a wild card, we're not going to do the beep 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 gimmick. Just Roy likes that. Bored of it now.
Speaking of other films.
Speaking of other films, there's been a few trailers this week.
There has.
They were fun. Watch them. Right, should we wind this up?
Yeah, absolutely.
No. So we had Venom Let There Be Carnage, official trailer numero dos.
Mm-hmm.
Spanish podcast now. In preparation for trailer dos. But trailer uno, Venom Let There Be Carnage. Looks like it's. I suppose the first Venom was pretty dark, because Venom on a whole is pretty dark.
Yes.
But this one for some reason looks more dark, and it's Woody Harrelson. Kind of freaks me out.
Playing a serial killer.
Yeah. But just generally the whole how sort of like nutty he is. Yeah, the serial killer like psycho vibe. I enjoyed the first Venom and I quite like it. But yeah, this looks like pretty creepy.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think Venom has to be a bit like you say. Venom is a alien symbiote that eats people.
Yeah.
And he's quite a terrifying way to hook onto people and stuff like that. So he's a very inherently horror sort of. It's a good idea to take the franchise that way because it's making it a kind of creepy horror, and because you can balance that out by having Venom be a bit sort of kooky.
Yeah.
Like the whole making breakfast skit, and then in that trailer as well. I did like the bit at the end of the trailer when Edge is like, "All right, come on, Venom, let's go."
Yeah.
And then Carnage appears. He goes, "Oh shit, there's a red one!" And then he jumps, he runs away.
Yeah.
Get back out here.
No. And then he's like, "I'll let you eat all the people."
Okay.
Okay.
So I like the fact the red one's there because obviously they had that color hierarchy.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Red Carnage because Carnage is one thing about I'm looking forward to about Carnage is that he's unsympathetic as a villain, by the looks of things.
Yeah.
It would be nice to have a villain that is, if he just goes through this just wanting to murder people, okay, that'll be a nice change of pace from finding out that the villain, didn't have a family growing up and has some
Yeah.
sort of redemption arc. Let's just make him an utter bastard.
Yeah. Like, yeah. There's no human qualities to him. He's literally,
No.
and he doesn't develop human qualities from being on Earth. He just needs stopped and he just needs killed because all he wants to do is just kill.
It's just kill and eat people. That's
Yeah.
all he wants to do.
Yeah.
None of this trying to get to a rocket launch. None of that to try and get back to his own planet.
No.
He's just out to murder innocent people. That's it.
Yeah. Take
And let's
over our
just
planet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
carnage. That's literally it. That's all we want. He definitely has a bit of that Joker vibe too. I hope, like I said, just like the Joker in Dark Knight, no redemption. Just pure and utter carnage. Exactly like the movie
just
says.
an absolute cunt that you want dead.
Yeah, that's the one. I'm looking forward to it. It looks good.
Yeah, because who was the baddie in the first one? I'm terrible at remembering things.
Oh, I think it was Riz Ahmed was the very talented actor, was the villain, and I think the first villain was caught. Oh no, it's not Ghost.
What was the point of what was the Venom? What was the baddie's thing?
Let me check. 'Cause I swear he was in.
Because
he was a Carlton Drake Riot, and Riot was a symbiote. They wanted to break free.
Yeah.
To get into the aircraft, the launch of the rocket, to go back to his home world to get more symbiotes to come back.
Yeah.
And take over the planet.
So if this looks like it's just Carnage just looking to just fuck shit up, then
yeah,
I suppose you start to see Venom as the more human aspect.
Correct. Well, he's lived on Earth for a long time.
Yeah.
Whereas, and I guess it's more of a human problem to deal with.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for that. If Carnage just wants to go out and kill, as long as he has no redeeming qualities as a person, which he probably does in the comic books. But let's just scrap that. Let's just make him an utter bastard.
Because another thing I kind of don't have time for with the Venom is, I suppose up until these movies, all we've ever had with Venom in the cinema. Correct me if I'm wrong, but all we've ever had is just Venom being part of Spider-Man. It's just
we only had them in.
We've only ever
Spider-Man
had
3
Spider-Man stories where Spider-Man, is it not Spider-Man, the symbiote of Venom tries to take over Spider-Man.
Yeah, he does. He merges with the suit and creates a black suit.
So it's actually quite nice now that we're getting a whole sort of set of stuff of just Venom, and it's not, and there's no reliance on Spider-Man at all. And it kind of makes me not even want them to merge the two at any point because they're just too different. Something about Spider-Man's just too nice that the Venom, to merge them would either detract from what Spider-Man is or detract from what Venom is.
That's true. I mean, can you imagine Tom Holland's Spider-Man going up against Carnage? I actually can't.
No, I can't either. It'd just be crap.
Yeah, I like these adult ones. Did you ever watch The Punisher on Netflix?
No, I didn't. No.
That was an incredible show, and it did not feel like a Marvel show at all.
I think I remember you talking about it. Just brutally violent.
Oh yeah, he beats the absolute shit out of some people in that show. And in a good way, it's character. That's his character, and it was developed in a way that you look at Punisher. Now, if they brought Punisher into the MCU, like a Marvel Cinematic Universe, brilliant, wouldn't complain. But some of the stuff he talks about in that show, you're like, don't see how they survive in the same universe.
Yeah, and that would be the worry. But yeah, with stuff like that, and it's kind of interesting. It just kind of occurred to me. You think, are we now maybe getting more darker superhero comic book stuff because people who grew up with comic books are now becoming older, so you want to keep these people interested in the stuff you're doing, but then they've also got to introduce the younger generation with other ones, and it's going to reach a point where there's going to be one extreme and another, and you'd have to totally dilute the two to do the middle game.
Yeah, I think what you have is you have to diversify the portfolio. So Venom caters to a certain audience that want that kind of story. If you look at, you've got all these Disney Plus shows coming from Marvel. So Marvel are kind of going a different way, but then they've also got all these extra. They've done the first lot, and now they're kind of having to do the second lot of characters. But do you make that? You've still got to keep introducing new people, but also like you say, the original intended audience are now 10 years older
and ready for the stories of, okay, Spider-Man was all goody two shoes, but actually in the real world that you've now grown up in and grown accustomed to, he probably can't be goody two shoes. He's probably got to be a bit of a prick at some point. So let's see him being a bit of a prick.
Yeah,
Spider-Man's an example, but yeah,
Spider-Man's an example. I mean, that's why you've got to kind of temper like Spider-Man. That's why where these movies. So if you crossed over with Venom, do you have Venom in a Spider-Man film, or do you bring Spider-Man over to Venom and then have it as a Venom film with
Spider-Man in it?
Thingy in it.
I'd rather Spider-Man see that, I think.
I'd rather see that,
yeah,
and make it all about Spider-Man being a pain. It's like when they did Daredevil, the TV show, and they had Punisher in the second season of Daredevil.
Yeah,
to trial it out, and he made Daredevil so much better.
Yeah,
because he brought Daredevil up into his character brings Daredevil down to his level, but he arrives and just starts, doing Punisher style stuff, and Daredevil's like, "Whoa, what you doing there, buddy?" And he's just pulling out sniper rifles, 50 caliber sniper rifles, just pulling people's heads off.
He's just like, "What are you doing? No, seriously, what are you doing? I can't see you."
Yeah, let me use my two sticks as a John Barntop pulls out M20 shotgun.
Let me sonar you. Ah.
I am the man without fear. Well, you're also the man without bullets. So,
but talking of massive guns and being without bullets, trailer 2, Money Heist Part 5, annoyingly Volume 1.
They're really teasing you with this, aren't they?
They are really teasing and stringing this out. So we last discussed Money Heist Part 5 in episode 15 of the podcast.
Wow.
Done my research. And back then we only got the confirmed release date of September the 3rd, which is less than a month away now, which is exciting. But yeah, now we've had the trailer for Money Heist, where they are in I think they're in the Spanish, are they in the Mint? No, they're in a bank. They're in a massive bank, and they're trying to steal the gold reserve.
Ooh.
Can't quite remember what they were trying to do, but they're all stuck in there now and basically circled by the military. And the professor, the main sort of like heist puppeteer who's organized all the heists, is Duncan, I'm spoiling it for you.
Don't worry, I know enough about the El Professor, but I can see that he's I suspect there's going to be a few plot twists and a few betrayals by the looks of things. I watched the first bit and then thought I am going to watch this bust before before the new season comes out, because then we'll be able to talk about it.
Yeah. The trailer. So the professor is in a predicament, and they're kind of on their own. And what it looks like is we're just going to get a full-on them against the military, the police, the Spanish police, and I mean, the way the Money Heist show's gone so far is you kind of expect that they're going to get out, and basically the whole series is just going to be you being shown how they get out, and they'll still get out, and you'll be like, how? And then it'll become clear, and you'll be like, oh shit. Which is what it's great for, which is what is the first, because I mean, I think we had season 1, 2, and 3 was the first big job. It might not even be, it might have just been 1 and 2, and then we've had 3, 4, and now 5. Can't quite remember how it was split, but it's so good for actually giving you that kind of, that heist kind of film, but actually making you care about everyone and making it confusing enough that it's not, well, that they're able to string it out over such like an amount of seasons, but such an in-depth sort of convoluted way of things happening that somehow makes sense and also seems real. and
Oh,
does
okay.
seem like it could actually happen. But
It's
at the
like
same time,
Nolan-esque in its
yeah,
fuckery with time.
yeah, and yeah, the characters are really good. So it's Spanish, so it's all filmed in Spain. The actors are all Spanish. Now, there's a whole thing about, do you watch it dubbed or do you watch it captions? People say watch captions, because then you're getting to hear the actual actor speaking and the emotion in their voice. But this is one of these shows that I've watched dubbed now, and when I'm watching it, I'm hearing the emotion in the voice that I'm seeing on the screen. And the
Okay.
dubbing, and this is one of these ones where I argue with dubbing. Like, yeah, there's probably a time not so long ago where dubbing was god awful. But now, when I'm watching this, I'm at the point where I very quickly stop looking at the mouths when they're speaking, because this is where you realize that when you're watching a film or watching telly, you are actually watching the person's mouth when they speak.
Oh, okay.
And then that's when you start to know. I don't know if you get this watching telly, but I get this watching telly when I quickly realize that the audio track's not linked up with the video track.
Yep, that happens a lot.
Bugs the hell out of me. But I very quickly can get this out of my head with that and just watch it.
Oh, that's good.
And I now associate the voices that I hear dubbed with the characters. And also just because who can actually be arsed? Like, I just like, well, you got like two sets of eyes, one eye pointing down and one eye pointing up, reading the captions. It's like, I said this to someone, I was like, well, I'd rather watch the movie than read it.
It's true. It's true.
I'm watching a TV show, not reading a book. But no, Money Heist, very good. Definitely start watching it, Duncan, in time for the new season.
In time for the new season. Yeah, it looks exciting. With less than a month, easy pickings.
I think you'll like it. It's very thrillery.
Yeah, it does look quite good. Oh well, very exciting times. And speaking of thrillers, our last one for this week was Kate.
Yeah,
which is Mary Elizabeth Winstead getting her Charlize Theron and Kate Beckinsale moment. And who else has played movie assassins recently?
Yeah, what was the
Peppermint? That's the one I watched.
Peppermint.
Yeah, it was Jennifer Garner was that one.
Ooh. What was that on?
It's on Netflix.
Oh, I watched that. This is coming out Netflix too, September 10th.
Yeah. It all seems to be these Netflix films. So there's Atomic Blonde.
That's the one I was thinking of, yep.
Who
was that? Charlize Theron?
That was Charlize Theron.
That was a good one, I like that.
You've got this Kate one, and then there's Peppermint was another one that I recently watched, which was quite interesting.
I don't think I've watched that one.
It's good. I know there's all sounds. Atomic Blonde has quite a convoluted plot actually, but they're all very much the female last kickers, if you will.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty good. I'm looking forward to Kate. It's about she seems to get poisoned. It seems to be very much like it. Do you remember? Was it Crank? With Jason Statham? Do you remember that
and he had to keep shocking his heart to stay alive.
Yes, because he was poisoned.
Yeah.
And it was basically the poison was going to kill him. And this very much seems very similar, where she's been poisoned and only has 24 hours to murder as many people as possible.
To get the antidote or something.
I don't know if it's an antidote or she's just out. She's decided she doesn't want the antidote and she's just going to kill the head of the Yakuza.
Before she dies, yeah.
Before she dies.
It kind of kicks off where she's got a hit on the Yakuza head, it turns out, I think. Yeah. And she suddenly she misses the shot and she's like, quickly like flashes back in her head or something and realize, shit, I was poisoned. What's the poison? And then just goes out on an all-out sort of John Wick style assault. I think that it must be. I think it must. This sort of film must be riding a bit of a John Wick high for this sort of one vigilante sort of assassin type character, just going loco, for want of a better word.
Yeah, it definitely looks like they've got some good action scenes in it. It'll all come down to how the unlike all these films, how the action's done. There's another one recently as well that's coming out called Gunpowder Milkshake. I don't know if you saw the trailer for that.
I have not.
It was Karen Gillan and Carla Gugino or Cugino.
I know the one you mean from she was in Fast and Furious. No. Oh shit.
No. Uh,
I reckon, was she in Entourage?
yeah, she was the really annoying agent.
Oh, yeah. Like the baddie agent, I suppose. Like,
Yeah,
what was her
she
character's
screwed
name?
somebody over. I think did he not? Did she not screw Ari over?
Amanda Daniels.
Amanda Daniels. That was it. Yep.
She not take his job as a studio head or something like that?
Yeah, and he has a meltdown with her in a restaurant.
Yeah,
Uh,
an Italian restaurant. Potentially in the episode called "Porn Scenes from an Italian Restaurant."
I'm going to go ahead and say that was probably that one. Yes.
Was that the time that
Because I'm pretty sure
Sasha
it's the
Grey
same
was in it?
season as
It
Sasha
was.
Grey. Yeah.
Oh man,
Love
Entourage
anything.
was fucking brilliant. I could watch that all over again. I
There
watched
was
that.
96 episodes of Entourage.
No, there
No,
wasn't.
there was. No, there wasn't.
I think
Yes, there was.
I think I've watched that twice, maybe 3 times through, and I'd happily watch it through again.
Yeah, I definitely watched that again. Listeners, if you haven't watched Entourage, watch it.
Oh,
It's great.
get it watched. I mean,
There's our recommendation.
See, like total sidebar. See what gets me about Entourage is you've got actors in Entourage. So you've got like Adrian Grenier.
Grenier, yeah.
Like, what's he been in since Entourage? Like nothing of serious note. You could almost say Aquaman, but no, that was his character in Entourage. But it's
That'd be
like,
hilarious if they'd made him Aquaman. That would have just been the icing on the cake.
that would have been brilliant. But it's like,
that would have been so good.
it's like he's basically just he's made himself off this, and I think he does a lot of like activism for the world, for the earth, and climate change and stuff. He does a lot of activism for that, which is pretty good. You got Jerry Ferrara, Turtle, who's done quite a lot of stuff since he was in the Power TV show. He's done a lot of like TV shows and stuff.
He's in what do you call it? Adrian Grenier. The only thing I remember him being in was the Devil Wears Prada. I swear I've seen him. I swear I've seen him in that. On like when you flick past Channel 4, that's Adrian Grenier. Oh, it's Vince. Oh, that's Vincent Chase. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's Adrian Grenier. Shit. Yeah, here we go. Devil's Wears Prada. Yeah, he's not done a lot. Of big things.
And then you've got Kevin Conley, who the name sounds like he's been in a lot of things, but honestly, all I can think I've seen him in is Entourage.
Yep. Same with Dylan.
Kevin Dillon, yeah.
Kevin Dillon.
Like literally all he's been in is Entourage.
Oh my god, Kevin Connolly's in The Notebook, apparently. Not that I've seen The Notebook, so I guess that someone can tell us that.
And then you've got Mrs. Ari, who's in a few things, but like bit of a character in quite a few things. Emmanuel Chikri, she's in a few films. She's in a few stuff, but I just think a lot of these actors end up in like these kind of films that only seem to come out in America, or in like this film's only coming out in this state, or it's only coming out in Mexico or something like that. Apart from Jeremy Piven, who, but again, am I just pretending? Has he actually been in other stuff?
Yeah, he was in he's been in Rock and Roller, he was in Smoking Aces, he was also in that Mr. Selfridge program on ITV.
Oh yeah.
He's been in a few things. I don't know how much he does nowadays.
He's not done a lot since Entourage.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Entourage is one of those ones where I think it was almost so good. Is like, did it pigeonhole too many actors and to just be
quite
like,
possibly.
You are that person, and it's going to be very hard to look past you being that person now, because you could watch Entourage and believe that like Jerry Ferrara, he is just Turtle. Like, he's not an actual person.
Crowd.
He's just Turtle.
Wisdom of the Crowd looked like it was the last of the only lasted one season, half a season, and it was
who was that?
It was Wisdom of the Crowd, and it looks like one of these CBS procedurals, and unfortunately, I think it came along in 2000. When did that come along? 2017, 2018. I think most of the procedurals are dead now, except NCIS.
Just missed out on a potential COVID boost of people being bored at home.
People being bored at home. Yeah. 2 years too early.
I wonder if a lot of people watched through Entourage for the first time during lockdown.
I hope so. It wasn't on any of the streaming platforms, though. You need to go buy it. I might go buy it. No.
We've got the DVD for nearly every season, I think.
I've got quite a few, but I can't tell how many. Oh dear. So is that what you're gonna do? Is that what you're gonna do in your? That what you're gonna do in your holiday?
Just watch watch that on
Watch
my
Entourage.
my paid for holiday by the sponsors.
Paid by HBO, because that's why we've been talking about Entourage so much. I've been invited out to Aspen.
Have
It's
you?
weird. I only have to sit through a 30-minute presentation.
Ah, that sounds legit.
I can go mountain biking. Yeah.
Only 30 minutes.
Yeah. Partly I can own 50. Partly something about owning 15% of the place I'm staying. Something like that.
That sounds legit. But you only have to go and listen to it. You don't actually have to buy into it at all. And you get a free holiday.
Yeah, free holiday. Yeah.
Whoa. Bonus.
Yeah. I mean, it's only 30 minutes. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
I can't think of anything. Perhaps some sort of like downhill ski race.
Yeah.
For some chick that you've only just met.
Well, that's true. But as long as you pizza instead of French fry
against some sort of hotshot ski instructor.
They're all hotshot ski instructors.
In ridiculous 80s lycra.
Wait, have you been? Wait, are you a ski instructor?
No,
it's so uncanny.
The humanoid animals hotel resort and casino are taking me to the island.
The island.
Seemingly, I'll be staying in the Burrow suite, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. Other suites available were the Catnip Meadow. I can't remember what the others were, but
Thick Bunny Ranch.
Well, I think that's somewhere on the island, yeah. But no, all I've been told is it's the island. I'm staying in the Burrow, and it's the Humanoid Animals Hotel Resort and Casino. So they're giving me $5,000 to spend at the casino, bonus. So hopefully I can turn that into some winnings. That'd be good.
Sounds fun.
Not entirely sure where the island is. It's something to do with Elon Musk and SpaceX. And
right. Okay. Make sure you don't get put on that brand new super heavy thing that they're building.
Did you see that stacked up? 120 meters. Christ. And then they had
120 meters, 29 engines, and this is the bit you'll love the most, Eddie. If that thing goes off and tries to take off and explodes, it'll have more force than the bomb that was dropped in Hiroshima. Where
is it going to take off from?
I think it's taking off in America, yeah.
That could ruin Florida. A lot of Americans would argue that is not a bad thing.
That's not a bad thing. Where's Florida? It's gone. Disney World, gone. It's just gone.
The rest of America, the whole northwest of America, like, thank fuck.
Thank fuck. The swamps have gone. Yeah, apparently all those engines together, and for whatever reason, if all the fuel mixed at once and or there was an explosion when it tries to take off, that could be one of the most powerful explosions ever.
Because it would be down near, I imagine it would be down is it in the Keys they take off?
It must be in the desert. It can't be out near what? I mean, that thing's, it can't be near a populated area. Super heavy.
Where's the place they take off from? Is it not near Orlando?
Cape
Canaveral.
Cape Canaveral, yeah. Well, is that where they're stacking it though?
But that is kind of out of the way. No, do they not do all their stuff in the desert? They have a place in Mexico.
This is in the desert. Oh, it's in Texas.
Oh, Texas.
Boca Chica, Texas. So Texas is pretty empty. Texas is bigger than UK, so it's pretty empty.
So they're probably doing it as close to Mexico as they can.
29 Raptor engines. Oh my god, they added 6 Raptor engines to the Starship itself. 390 feet tall. Oh my god, it was 120 meters.
Yeah.
And then 145 meters once it's on the stand, which is taller than the Pyramid of Giza.
Well, the thing I saw was on BBC News, and they had it comparison with all the previous stuff, and it's more than double the size of the space shuttle. When the space shuttle's attached to its boosters, double the size. That's bonkers. When you consider the fact it's basically replacing the space shuttle.
Oh, I tell you what, I hope those fins come down. That thing landing is going to be something. That thing landing on a drone ship will probably be the best piece of precision engineering you're going to see this year.
This is the thing. I don't think it's going to be flying this year because it's not got FAA approval to take off from America yet.
Okay.
It's also the Super Heavy's never taken off yet. But
No, this is the first one, so the
Yeah.
chances of this crashing are pretty high.
Well, this is the thing. They're not planning on landing either the Starship or the Super Heavy. They're both being ditched in the ocean. I then assume they'll recover them from the ocean, but they're just going for takeoff. Takeoff.
Oh yeah, I see it here. Yeah,
that's the plan. Take off once around the Earth and then ditch in the ocean.
that you are correct. Yeah, 60 is planning to splash down. One of them's coming down 32K off Mexico, and then the actual start. That's the booster, and then that's the bomb, and then the Starship's gonna off the Gulf of Mexico, and then the Starship's going to land 100K off the coast of Hawaii. So
I mean, that'll be cool.
Very, very empty bits of ocean, hopefully.
Imagine they hit Hawaii, like all that ocean to aim for. They were like, we hit it, shit, in a volcano. We kind of wanted to get that back.
To be honest, putting that straight into a volcano would be like, bullseye! Oh, shit. Eruption.
I see this as a win.
I see this as an absolute win. We don't have to recycle it. I'm not picking it up.
But yeah.
Oh, that was cool. Anyway, there was an aside. But yeah.
A little fun aside.
Yes, listeners, we may be taking we're going on our summer holidays. This is what's essentially the end of we're going to class as the end of season 1.
24
episodes. Of that class. 24 episodes. It's almost an advent calendar. The winter season we could call the advent calendar. We could do 24.
We're like Duncan's version of early South Park when they were doing 24 episodes a season.
24 episodes a season that they didn't actually make.
Which they didn't actually do.
I could have sworn they were, but it makes sense. I mean, good God, can you imagine doing 23 weeks worth of cutting up bits of paper?
Oh, man.
18's bad enough.
Could you imagine? I mean, yeah, we kind of need to have the break because it's peak holiday season. Apparently, it's peak holiday season for Rory. Teaching kids to surf. Really, really busy.
The ironing's building up because he keeps taking the ironing board away.
So, yeah. And there's probably only so much that people can listen to of just those two. Nah, that's all true. They want, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
And we've had some feedback where, like, I think I've seen the numbers for the last wildcard episode, and they were the best yet. So
yeah, that's what I hear. Hear. So we will be back in a couple of weeks. Keep an eye out on all the social media, and make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons on all your podcast services, and therefore you will be able to pick us back up when we restart with season 2. We will try and. I'm going to go away and start writing out the TCU.
Yes,
Eddie, I think you actually do have you also do have your sponsored holiday and real holidays.
Yes,
coming up. So enjoy them, and I'm sure we'll go fish Kid out the ocean.
Once he has a limb removed by a shark, then he'll have to come back.
We'll go find One-Eyed Willie, and
this can be arranged.
And bring him back. Maybe we'll meet King Shark.
Where's my shark?
Where's my shark?
Shit, is that Nicolas Cage again? How does he keep getting on our recording?
I don't know.
But anyway.
Anyway, we hope you've enjoyed what you've listened to so far of That's Class. And make sure you, like I said, like and subscribe and all those things that Roy's going to be really cross that we didn't say. Follow us on YouTube, all the socials. Got any ideas for us to cover in the next season? Let us know listen to a previous podcast and pick up all the email addresses and tags that you need to from Rory talking about it. Pretty sure it's at That's Class Pod. Off the top of my head. And I guess it's goodbye for me. So I will say goodbye, Duncan. And as Eddie says at the end, shut up. You should just shut up, Duncan. And as Eddie says at the end of every podcast, if he's ready, who knows?
Silence.
He's got nothing to say. He's speechless.
He's so upset that it's ending. Let's hug it out, bitch.
Oh, yes. There we are.
A classic. Lloyd! You don't come to Sundance for the snow. You come for the heat.
Lloyd!
Smoke more weed, Turtle. Seriously, smoke more weed.
Seriously, smoke more weed.
You will come back stronger than ever, like Lance Armstrong, but with 2 balls.